Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel today. This is Paul at Kentucky Tacklebox. Today I want to profile a type of crankbait lure that I was using earlier last week when I was doing some kayak fishing out on a local lake. This happens to be the Berkeley Flicker Shad, and it's a really good crankbait. It comes in multiple sizes. The size I was using was the one on the bottom here, which is the number 5. And then the one on top is a slightly larger size. It's about a quarter-inch longer. It's called the Flicker Shad 6. And they make several sizes. I think they make like a 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 9. And each one has different specifications to it, different specs. And the 6 I haven't fished yet, but the reason I picked up a few of the Berkeley Flicker Shads in the size 6 is because when I was fishing last week, I was using it from the kayak out on some of the rocky points in the lake I was fishing, and the lure was working fantastic. I was hooking into a lot of good bass that were suspended off the rocky points. And the only negative I had about the lure, and really wasn't the lure's fault, it was that the equipment I was using, I was having a hard time casting out as far as I would have liked. I wanted to be able to cover more water. So when I went on the spec site for Berkeley to see what they had, if they had something in a similar color pattern, because I really liked the way the color pattern was working out there. It was a good analog for like a shad color. I found out that they come in different sizes. So I pulled this up off the internet. Here's kind of their spec sheet for some of their lures. And it shows the size of the lures here. It's called the Berkeley Flicker Shad size chart. And they go from a 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 9. And I was using the 5, which the 5 is a 2-inch one. And then it's weighted at 3/16 of an ounce. It's designed to dive from 9 to 11 feet. So the next size up is the 6. And that's only a quarter of an inch longer, but it's at a quarter of an ounce, which makes it a lot better casting on the equipment and the size of the pound test line on my rods and reels that I'm using. So I should be able to get more casting. And as far as the diving depth, instead of being 9 to 11 feet like the 5 is, this is 10 to 12. So it can go about a foot deeper. So I'm going to give them a try. This week coming up, I'm planning to try to get out on the next nice day that we have in Kentucky here to do some more lake fishing. And I'm going to use the larger size. I already have it tied on my other rod because I bought a couple of these lures. What I was finding is most stores carry this particular lure in like a size 5 and size 7. Those are the most common sizes. But the 6 kind of splits the middle size-wise. And that's why I wanted to give it a try. What I liked about the lure was the way it worked. It was very, very effective on catching fish. Basically, I was just casting it out, doing a straight retrieve back, nothing fancy. And the fish were just slamming it. I mean, I was pulling in multiple 2-pounders, and there's probably bigger ones out there that I could have got. And that's the other reason I want to go to something that's a little bit bigger size, because it dives slightly deeper too, which is probably where I'll find some of the larger fish hanging out in this particular lake that I'm fishing. So if you get a chance to use this type of crankbait, and Berkeley's not the only one that makes this, by the way. I think Rapala makes something called a Shad Wrap, which is similar to this type of lure. It has a similar body profile. And I think either company's lure would work fine. I'm not touting one over the other. I think it's just this type of profile works good this time of the year. And this is a summertime, late summertime lure. But I will say this, I have used this style lure in the fall too, at least in the size 5 last fall, fishing on the Cumberland River down in Tennessee, and that works very well there as well. And also that was kind of fishing over rocky cover, and there were some bass doing the fall feed up last year, and that was actually working really stellar at that point too. These are great lures, and depending on what body of water you fish and what fish are swimming in there, they make a lot of different color patterns, whether you go with the Shad Wrap by Rapala or the Flicker Shad by Berkeley. I think either lure is definitely something you might want to consider adding to your tackle box if you don't have it already, because I think you'll find that these are fantastic lures for enticing reaction strikes from bass. So just thought I'd share this with the group, and hopefully you get a chance to get out on the water with the weather. I mean, if you're fishing around Kentucky, as I do, that it's been pretty hot, so you got to pick your spots. Either go out in the morning early and fish till it gets kind of hot, or in the evening. But at some point later this year, the weather will break and we'll have all day long fishing available to us, probably sometime in September. As always, thanks again for watching the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.